you're at the site where these demonstrations have been happening for the past few days. What have you been seeing? What have you been hearing?
Yeah, Maria, it is the 54th day of protests here in downtown Portland. There has been more tear gas since the Portland mayor was tear gassed earlier on in the night. Quite a lot more tear gas behind me. You might be able to hear the flashbangs. Protesters are still here and have been here every single night now that the excuse me, now that the federal law enforcement officers have made their presence known, and as you mentioned earlier, have actually been filmed abducting protesters in unmarked vans, people have come out here in force. That's really re-energized these protests here, having those federal police. It brought the mayor out today, who decried their presence here, said that they weren't wanted here, they weren't trained for this, and again, saying, get out of our city. A lot of people here echoing that sentiment. They say they don't want federal officers here in Portland cracking down on protests. And they've continued to say that every night. It is the only thing that Ted Wheeler, Mayor Wheeler, and Portland demonstrators did agree on tonight. Portland demonstrators throwing expletives at the Portland mayor, demanding that he do more to crack down on police brutality here in this city. Suffice to say, it's a very tense scene here. Has been for a very long time, but increasingly so. There's bigger crowds every night, and again, really re-energized by the presence of federal troops here.
And as you say, bigger crowds and everything re-energized. Where does it go from here? What can we expect in the coming days, even tonight?
That is anyone's guess. I had thought that these protests myself were going to die down, and then federal police make their presence known, are filmed abducting protesters, and now people are here en masse. I anticipate there's going to be even more people here tomorrow, even more people here the next day. This group has gone from, 50 to 100 to hundreds to thousands. Tonight, there were at least over 1,000 people, possibly 2,000, covering the entire square outside the federal courthouse. I don't anticipate that these crowds are going to dwindle anytime soon, especially as long as federal law enforcement officers are here facing off with protesters night after night.
Thank you so much for that update. Deborah Bloom, live for us there in Portland.